your imprint for certain.
Welcome to American Agenda. I'm Jen Pellegrino, along with Joe Pinion. Los Angeles County is reinstating indoor mask mandates for everyone, regardless of vaccination status. It goes in effect tomorrow night, and health officials say they won't lift the restriction until COVID cases and hospitalizations go down. Joining us to discuss is Republican New Jersey congressional candidate Billy Prempeh. Welcome back. And Democratic strategist Bill Caruso. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first it's this mask on, then it's mask off. It's certainly confusing a lot of people, especially, after the nation's most populous county just opened up a month ago, Billy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty ridiculous right now that we're still pushing the mask mandates, especially on the children. We've got school coming up right around the corner, and a lot of these children are not able to live the life that I was able to have when I was in school, and they're trying to force this on children in a way that I don't feel is going to be beneficial to their upbringing, their social communication. There's a lot of things that I don't think are going to help them very much by doing that. And I would like to see this all across the country where we can finally drop the mask mandates and bring our children back to school and go back to normal once again.
Now, Bill, I'll come to you because I think a lot of people just across this country, partisanship notwithstanding, they're simply frustrated. We went from 2 weeks to crush the curve. Then we were told that the purpose of the vaccine was not to prohibit anyone from ever getting COVID again, but solely for the purpose of making sure that those who got sick didn't die, and those who actually did get sick also would get less sick. Now it seems as if people are saying that we have to eradicate COVID forever and re-implementing policies that really in many ways have an unintended adverse impacts on people's day-to-day lives.
Yeah, Joe, no, I don't think that's what people are saying right now. And by the way, it's nice to have a view from another Bill from New Jersey. Good to see you, Billy. In New Jersey, we're getting people vaccinated right now. And, I don't want to go back to wearing a mask. I don't want to go back to lockdowns. But the issue isn't infections, right? The issue is people getting sick and going to the hospital and dying. And that's what's going up. And that's going up in all 50 states right now. And that's a concern. There's an easy answer to this. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't want to go back in these lockdowns, if you can, and there's a question, you go to your doctor and you get your advice from your medical professional, not from Twitter, not from cable news, not from politicians, and not from stupid celebrities. Go talk to your doctor and get yourself vaccinated, because that is absolutely protecting people from getting horribly sick and dying. Now, is it a bullet that's going to solve everything? Absolutely not. And I don't think anyone advertised that COVID's going to be eradicated forever and ever. What it means is you're not going to get sick and die. By and large, the vast majority of people that are getting sick, going to hospitals and dying are unvaccinated right now, like 99%. So we can fix this. And, I'll just say one other point. We had this debate last week on this program. This is not a Democrat vaccine. This isn't Joe Biden's vaccine. This is not Donald Trump's vaccine, although we should give credit to the former president who hit the gas pedal on this. And this is why this vaccine is available for this world right now. America has a tremendous privilege in the sense we have an overabundance of it, but we are not showing the personal responsibility of getting ourselves protected. That is the problem right now.
Well,
Billy, I want to go ahead, Joe.
Well, no, I'm just going to a brief follow-up because, again, obviously on some basic level, yes, it's not a Democratic vaccine. It's not a Republican vaccine. I think the vast majority of the people who believe in the vaccine, who trust the vaccine, have taken the vaccine. That's why you see the vaccination rates in America being so high compared to places like Australia and other different places, even though there are a multitude of reasons for that. I think my question for you then is, would we not be better served actually going out and talking to people who have genuine concerns about this vaccine instead of calling those people ignorant, instead of calling those people blind partisans? Because I think we don't have a vaccination problem. I think in many ways we have a respect problem in this country, and we're not respecting the concerns of some of our common men. Would you agree?
100%, Joe. And I'll say something to you. We talked about this door-to-door nonsense, which I think is kind of foolish in the way it was pushed. But community leaders having conversations and taking people where they are and where they come from and having conversations. But I go back to this point. most of us have a doctor, a family doctor. We consulted. I have a 15-year-old and 13-year-old sons that are eligible for vaccine. We didn't listen to Democrats or Republicans or celebrities. We talked to their pediatrician and said, what do you think? They're involved in athletics. We're worried about risks. Should they get vaccinated? We asked those folks, and those are the medical professionals we should be talking to. So I agree with you 100%.
I want to go to Billy real quick. We just have a short time remaining here. Billy, there's this talk now that life is going to be harder for those that are unvaccinated. Obviously, those people that are unwilling to do so, that are concerned about getting the vaccine, maybe they had COVID already and they don't want to get the vaccine, but there's a push to get them vaccinated. There was a doctor recently on CNN. She's a CNN analyst, Dr. Leanna Wen, I believe her name is. She said that life needs to be harder for people who are unvaccinated to make getting the vaccine the easy choice. What do you say to people like that?
I don't know about you, but that sounds a lot like segregation 2.0. If you don't have the vaccine, you can't come here. In fact, I was in Manhattan not too long ago. There was an event going on in Central Park. They wouldn't even allow you to get inside unless you had the vaccine. So let's get something clear. The vaccine is not FDA approved. It's a emergency experimental use vaccine, and people have the right to take the vaccine if they want to choose to or not. But when I start to see corporations like Krispy Kreme giving you donuts, Samuel Adams giving you beers, and all these other corporations trying to force a vaccine on people, essentially, I really got to question that, because every time the government comes with something and they try to give it to people and say that they're doing it for your own health, it never really ends up working that way. I know people who've taken the shot who've gotten COVID still. I know people who are double dosed have gotten. I know people who've taken the vaccine and have passed away. So we don't really know the effects of what this vaccine is going to do into the future. We have no idea about that. But to try and use it as an opportunity to say that, well, schools can't open up, businesses can't open up, children can't go to school unless they wear the mask, it just makes things more complicated. And I think people have the right to choose what they want to do with themselves.
All right, I have to leave it there. Billy and Bill, the two Bills from New Jersey. We appreciate the two of you guys joining us. Look forward to having you back soon. Coming up, more American Agenda